Who loves you, baby? It's Snap Take. This is Glazer, and this is our second video of the day. Snap Judgments has you covered for all 4 new cards with the best decks. And today, we're going to do something extra special. We've got not just decks from day 1, but decks from the best player in all of Marvel Snap for day 1. We're going to talk Websling. We're going to talk Spider-Punk, the Season Pass card. And we're going to get a deck from the great Cizer 2654, the best player in the world. Arguably, debatably, is there much of a debate? There's like 2 or 3 people that I guess have a real claim. Cizer is probably the strongest of those claims. Websling is the first card, and it's a move card, so of course we went to Cizer. Today is 2 move cards, so of course we went to Cizer. Although there's a bit of a caveat to that. Websling is a 1-cost card. On reveal the next turn, you can move one of your cards away from here. Websling is awesome to me. I think that this card is all but guaranteed to be great and find homes. A 1-cost card that does take up a space that allows you to move is a lot of power. This is reasonably similar to Ghost Spider, but Ghost Spider is very ordering really matters, right? Ghost Spider, you'd have to have the right thing in the right place at the right time. You have to have played it the last turn. Websling says, ooh, I played that Human Torch. I got jammed in the spot. Oh well. Websling, I'll just move it next turn onto that Madam Web, and then I'm right back in business. That kind of thing is incredible. Websling also says my Zombie Scarlet Witch can not only move, but it can get triggered, move another card out from under it, allowing more cards to be played there. All that stuff is completely insane. Plus, there's so many locations that just want to fill. You want to fill a location to get a bonus, whether it be +3 energy, whether it be a free 6-cost card, whatever. Skills are awesome for that. We're like hitting critical mass of Nicholas Scratchtown pretty soon. I am all about this card. I think this card is going to be great. Genuinely, seriously great. It's going to be a card that you're going to want to own. And it's a budget card. It's a Series 4 card, 3,000 tokens. So this is, I think, genuinely a serious must-own card relatively soon. And this is Cizer's Zombies deck. This is the deck that he is planning on playing Websling in immediately. This is also, surprise, surprise, the main deck he played this past season. This past season, he played largely the Zombies deck. He looks like he's about to finish in rank 3. We'll talk more about that in a couple of minutes, but what you need to know what Websling does here. What Websling does is 3 things in this deck. First of all, very simple. It allows you to move Werewolf. Right, you can move Werewolf with Websling, and then you can move a card out of that Werewolf lane, and then move Werewolf as well. That's a lot of moving power, especially if you can manage to do it on turn 5. What else does Websling do in this list? That's an extra energy on Hope Slumbers. So I can play a few cards on Hope, nearly clogging her. I can play Websling there, move a card off her, and then I got that 3 extra energy next turn, 2 or 3 extra energy next turn, and I can get extra energy further because I can either move Hope or the other cards off Hope. Same thing for Zombie Scarlet Witch in the exact same way. That's 3 really powerful uses for Websling in this list. Hunger does some of that stuff, right? Hunger works as a way to give you extra power, as a way to move without clog, but not the other stuff. Especially good for Websling is you don't choose where the hunger goes. Well, Websling says, hey, I'd like the hunger to be over here now, thanks. This is where this actually does the thing I needed to do. Super powerful stuff. I also really like it. There's a few locations like that you just don't want to be in, but sometimes you get your card stuck in. Websling says, hey, that's at a deep space. Hey, no problem, right? Oh no, I played, I don't know, I guess there's not an ongoing card here, but in other decks, I played my, my Sam Wilson, and then the no ongoing location popped up. Websling says, hey, no worries, get the hell out of there. Free, get out of jail free card. Alright, so we'll talk more about the deck in the card-by-card section, but first you can find Cizer at twitch.tv/Cizer2654. He has been rank 1, I believe, 8 times, and rank 2, I believe, 8 times, which is utterly absurd. He's the best. This deck needs all the zombie cards and Merlin. Websling can be Agony. In fact, last season it was Agony. Hope can be Superior Spider-Man or Luna Snow. You do want an extra energy card. I think Hope is actually probably the best here. We can make a few alterations and get Superior in there if you got Superior, though. Iron Patriot can be Grandmaster, Sam Wilson, or just a casual Angela is fine. If you want to keep the similar vibe, Cable is a very strong card. Werewolf was not always in this deck. Werewolf goes back and forth with being Cosmo. The addition of Websling means that Werewolf has to be tried out, but it also means that people, because Websling and the other card that comes out is Spider-Punk, that means we might just get a day of expensive bad Mercury being played. That makes Werewolf worse for a day. Feel free to run Cosmo in that spot. Galactus First Steps is just the biggest thing. Feel free to Magneto or Red Hulk. Hunger, Zombie, Mr. Fantastic, Zombie Scarlet Witch, and Giant Man are just your way to compete in 2 lanes. They give you a baseline power, so when you draw them in a reasonable order, that can compete in 2 lanes. We're going to do a lot. The same cards that go under Zombie Scarlet Witch tend to get played on Hope as ways to get extra energy or to get extra power on the Horde. So those cards are the Hunger, the Websling, and Kitty Pryde. The Zombies, Mr. Fantastic will also give the Hunger an extra power. It can also give an Iron Patriot card an extra power, or anything hit by Merlin's Polymorph spell, an extra power. That's the synergies there. We talked enough about Websling already. Kitty is the main way to get in and out of the Hope and Zombie lane. It's also really good at the end of the game if you get it big enough with Zombie Giant Man. Don't feel like you have to make it big, though. You don't. Zombie Mr. Fantastic moves the Werewolf, gives you a 2-power Horde, actually gives you 3 on the Horde. That he gives you an auto 3 on the Horde means I don't have as much use for Zombie Sentry as so many people seem to. Iron Patriot is here just to be a good, simple, unpredictable card. You've got some decent power to follow Iron Patriot up with. You drop Iron Patriot in a Horde lane, and then all of a sudden you're just really, really threatening winning that lane almost automatically. Merlin gets rid of a lot of cards once they're done being used. Zombie Mr. Fantastic, Iron Patriot, Hope at the end of the game. All these cards, once they're used, are just kind of there. They're just, and so like Merlin gives you something to do with all of them, while also being a card that you can play on the Hope, Zombie Scarlet Witch lanes, while also getting rid of locations that are bad and buffing themselves. Merlin is obviously great with Werewolf. Those cards go together like PB and J. Merlin plays skills. They move Werewolf. Werewolf moves for free, or for very cheap without clog. Hope is extra energy. Extra energy is good. You play more stuff under Zombie Scarlet Witch. You move Werewolf more. Zombie Scarlet Witch makes Horde bigger. Big card, good win game number. Juggernaut is your last turn surprise win. If opponent doesn't know you have Juggernaut, Juggernaut is free wins. You have to consciously play around Juggernaut or fill every spot on the board. Otherwise, you got a problem against this list. Zombie Giant Man and Galactus are keyword big. All right, so Cizer is going to finish last season rank 3, but there's something all buggy and crappy with the Infinite Leaderboard for the last bunch of seasons. Some of you may have noticed I spent a lot of time for ages doing the top 10 cards, top 10 decks in Marvel Snap for season after season after season, and I stopped like 5 months ago. The reason I stopped is there's a bug, I don't know if it's intended or not. There's a feature, there's a thing in Marvel Snap where new cards, where new players, or returning players get crazy SL boosts. Like, they become automatically just like super SL boosted. So like the top 10 different leaderboards started to be filled with like newer returning players who were like just sort of getting like 1,000 snap points a day, which is fundamentally impossible for someone who wins every season. I'm not saying they should be able to finish number 1, right? I think whoever has the best season finish number 1, but that they're competing on an even playing field to get so means it feels kind of silly. I'd rather just be, at that point, be sort of reset every season, and we get a new number 1 player every season based on who's best, instead of like down-weighting the consistent players. So Cizer finishes number 3, but he finishes behind a returning player, an excellent returning player, High Scarface, and a newer player who I don't know, but like someone who has like a 4,000 CL, who's still lower CLs are like segregated off from higher CLs, so you'll never have seen that player. So that's fine and all, right? But like, it does cheapen the top of the Infinite Leaderboard, unless you've been playing for a long time, which is really, really, really lame and frustrates me. And I hope they fix it soon. So like, yeah. So Cizer was number 3, but like, as far as playing top players and winning against top players, this is rank 1, and this is the deck that Cizer mostly played. Everyone assumed he was just going to play Move because Move was so buffed, and he got bored, I guess, and he decided to play this for the season, and this is the best thing to do. I think it's like genuinely sort of semi-OP. All right, turn 1, Kitty or Hunger. Turn 2, Merlin over Zombie Fantastic over Iron Patriot, or 2 wins. Turn 3 is Zombie Scarlet Witch, and if you get a good curve, if you have all the stuff, you can consider snapping over Hope or Werewolf. Turn 4 is cards under Zombie Scarlet Witch. If you played Zombie Scarlet Witch, Hope in a 1-drop under that is really good. We can also go with like a Zombie Mr. Fantastic and Iron Patriot type play. Turn 5, Giant Man or 3+2. If we played that Iron Patriot, following up with Zombie Giant Man is usually going to win that location, which is pretty nice. You can also play a Juggernaut to win that Iron Patriot on turn 5 with the Kitty, and use the Kitty under the Zombie Scarlet Witch to get some extra power there too. Turn 6, Juggernaut, or Giant Man in a 1, or Galactus First Steps. This isn't the hardest deck to play. but I think this is probably like secretly one of the very best zombie decks. You have to be ready to run against combo decks, right? If your opponent's playing move, unless something goes completely wrong, unless you can steal them with the Juggernaut, you lose. Just deal with it. Just like, don't stay. If they snap, you run. If your opponent's playing Tribunal or ongoing shenanigans, they're going to go over the top of you, again, barring your Juggernaut saving you. So if they snap you, unless you get a Great Iron Patriot or have something crazy to do, just run. Don't stay. Run for one every time that happens. If you run for one every time that happens, you're going to have a high enough win rate against everything else, against every other mid-range deck, that this deck is still completely insane. And Websling, I think, makes it even better. Before we get to the Season Pass card, please hit a sub, hit a like, and hit a comment. It would really help us out if you're willing to support the channel. Pretty please? Ask nicely. Come on. Also, we're giving away 5 Spider Punks this season. Every day in the video, I ask you a question, answer that question in the comments. You have a chance to win one of 5 Spider Punks. It is just that simple. You want a free Season Pass? Sub, like, comment. 5 this week, 1 in a video every single day. Alright, Spider-Punk is now a 3-3. He was buffed pre-release. You can move this once. Hey, that looks like Jeff or Nightcrawler. When this moves to another location, steal, sorry about the typo, steal 2 power from the highest power enemy there. So he immediately plays as a 3-7. With one move, he's a 3-7. 3-7s are decent. We're happy to play a 3-7, right? No arguments here? I didn't think so. That 3-7 also messes up opponents' potential game plans. Also pretty damn good. We're happy with all these things. But what's really powerful is he can be moved more than once. And every time he's moved, he's going to have his ability. Which means that because you can play him earlier, because he has his own self-move, he ends up playing a little bit something like Dagger. He's probably not as big as your best Daggers, but on average, he should be similar power to a Dagger. If you can move him twice, he's already a 7-11. That is, again, like, he's basically your new Vulture. Is he as good as old Vulture? No. But is he better than new Vulture? An awful lot, yes. I think that this is genuinely a crazy good card, one that you're going to want to consider running in your move decks, and Cizer agrees. Cizer, I believe 5 of his 8 number 1s and almost all of his number 2s were playing a version of move, whether it be move bounce or whether it be Heimdall, he's playing one of the 2. Right now, Heimdall move is the place to go. And in place of one of the 1-drops, this deck used to run like 4 1-drops. We're down to just Ghost Spider. Although, let's see if Ghost Spider ends up being the new card. I could easily end up seeing Ghost Spider becoming the whatchamacallit, the Websling. But we'll worry about that later. For the time being, Spider-Punk in this list is nuts, right? So you play Spider-Punk, and you move it once. Whatever. Now you've got a 3-7, and then you just play the Hellion, and now you've got a 3-11, and then you play the Heimdall, and now you've got a 3-15. I'll just take a casual 3-15, especially on top of a Craven. That seems to me like an I win a lot of games of Marvel Snap button. Okay, let's go through the rest of the cards. So that's Spider-Punk, right? Ghost Spider is a way to get cards largely back into Madam Web or into locations you want. I think that Cloak is fairly often around as good as Hellion in this list, largely because of the presence of Ghost Spider. Like, a lot of times I'll end up with my turn 5 being like Cloak, Ghost Spider a card to where I want it to end up, Cloak right into Dagger or into Sparky. And then, like, that's fine. And sometimes I'll play like Cloak and Ghost Spider and then pull the Cloak out of there so I can move a full set of cards into that lane. And then I can move like Dagger and Craven and now Spider-Punk into that lane to win. Ghost Spider is incredible. A lot of what it does, though, is just like you'll play a Madam Web, then you'll play a Human Torch, then you'll move the Human Torch out of the Madam Web, and you'll Ghost Spider right back the next turn. That play plus Sparky, that play plus Dagger plus Craven, whatever, is really, really good. Madam Web is the most consistent mover. If she doesn't get stopped and you have Human Torch, you usually win the damn game. Sparky makes Human Torch unbeatably big, while also being really, really good for Dagger. Not as good for Spider-Punk, although Spider-Punk getting 11 power from a single Sparky trigger seems decent. Dagger's keyword big. She's best late game when the opponent has played a lot of stuff. Craven is secretly every bit as big as Dagger, every bit as big as Spider-Punk. It often ends up 20, 30 power. You move a couple cards on it early, then when you play the Cloak or the Hellion, you move 2 more cards on it, and now it's got plus 6 more power, right? No, plus 5 more power, 4 more power, and then you're going to move it again, and it's going to get another, so it's get 4 more, and then it's going to get 6 more, so that's plus 10. It's now 13 if you got a couple moves on it earlier. 17, 18 power, not hard to do. And that's like assuming your opponent's not also just casually moving stuff, and they probably are. Cloak is sort of your way to get cards on the right of the last turn for Hellion. Same thing for Hellion itself. Obviously, they're your turn 5 play. If you have both, feel free to play Cloak turn 4 reasonably often. A lot of the time, I will play like a Cloak turn 4 along with Dagger or Craven, and then I'll play Hellion on turn 5 and move everything to the other location. We talked about Spider-Punk, move power. Cosmo is one of your 2 control pieces. This is always in the list. Cosmo on Madam Web movable. Cosmo is incredibly strong. It's also good to protect against Shadow King, Sean. It messes up opponents' combos. Human Torch is the biggest and best card in the game. It gets stupidly huge and it wins. Juggernaut stops opponents' combos. Your opponent thinks they're going to combo. Juggernaut says, "You are not. Thank you for coming, friend. I will win this lane on the cheap. Go compete in my Human Torch lane." We talked about Hellion, and then Heimdall is completely nuts. A lot of the at last end of the game is, are they going to Juggernaut? Are they going to Heimdall? Win it that way. This is the best deck in Marvel Snap. Created by Cizer2654. We've been altering versions of this deck since around when Madam Web came out as students submit work. Okay. Hellion and Sparky are your needed cards. Madam Web can actually be Zorn here. I'm reasonably sure that ends up working out fine for this version of the list. I think Madam Web is better, but Zorn is fine because now we have 2 3-drops we really want to hit. Spider-Punk can be Aranya. Alright. We talked about all the cards. This list is completely wild. I think this is the best list in the game. I think this is I don't think it's close, and I don't think it's a me opinion. Cizer thinks this is the best deck. Butt thinks this is the best deck. Cougar thinks this is the best deck. Ika thinks this is the best deck. Toxic Soul King thinks this is the best deck. If you name a top player, Canvas thinks is the best deck. If you name a top player, they think this is the best deck in the game. If you are not explicitly countering this, almost nothing beats it. It's what you should probably play. I don't know if Spider-Punk is right here. We will know relatively quickly if Spider-Punk is right, but it's hard for it to be wrong because this deck often just wants 1 extra power piece. Every time I post this, people are like, but I don't draw a Human Torch and I die. Fine, you now have Spider-Punk, who isn't Human Torch, but between Human Torch, Dagger, Craven, Juggernaut, you should be able to win. Almost no matter what. This list is insane. Alright, so there's nothing to do on turn 1. Turn 2, Madam Web over Craven over Sparky over Dagger. Sometimes Sparky over Craven, but usually Craven over Sparky. Turn 2, Torch over Dagger at a 1 over Punk. Sorry, equals Punk. I'm not sure what's better, Dagger on the 1 or Punk. I'm partial to Punk because Punk keeps my Ghost Spider for later, but it could go either way. You're going to have to test that. Turn 4 is generally a 2/2. This is a good time to Cloak if you already have your Legion. You can also just drop a, if you drew Madam Web, you can go Madam Web and Craven or Sparky and Dagger. Any combination is fine. Turn 5, and turn 4 if you drew Torch, play Torch. Basically play Torch, Torch and Port. Turn 5, Hellion or a Cloak and Torch. Punk, Cosmo. Cool. So Hellion, if you can afford to only play 1 card. If you need to play 2, it'll be Cloak and then Torch, Punk, or Cosmo. Then turn 6, Heimdall or Juggernaut Plus. Win the game. Have a great day. The best list. It takes very little time to learn. I don't know why people don't play this more. If people played this more, it'd be nerfed into the ground immediately. It's the best thing you could do, and it's not that expensive. Go play the best deck, friends. Hey, alright, we're almost done with the video. But before we go, I'd like to let you know that I really, this is confessional time, really enjoy Raid Shadow Legends. I do content on it all the time. I'm having a blast. I'm having genuinely good time. If you would check out my content, I'd appreciate it if you have any interest. Even if you don't have interest, I think that the videos are fun and you'll enjoy it. But hey, if you don't want to, that's no problem. If you're interested in starting, we have a promo link on all those videos where you'll get like $200 in free value. So if you're interested in checking it out, it'd mean a lot. It really helps support the channel, and watching those videos is a free way to do so. If you don't want to, no harm, no foul. Let's give you a free season pass. But first, I should be live first thing tomorrow morning, twitch.tv/PulseGlazer. I tutor from 8 to 9 a.m. As soon as 9 a.m. hits, tutoring will end. Going live will begin. I will be testing these new cards. What deck am I starting with? Well, check this morning's video for more on that. Alright, our season pass question is real simple. In the comments, rank the 4 cards: Spider-Punk, Websling, Superior Spider-Man, and Man Spider. I've changed my order 4 times today. Like, literally, today I've changed my order. I think I have Man Spider number 1. Because I think in this very tech-free meta, he's going to be go over the top. For, now, right? This is very contextual. I think there's going to be enough counters to Websling and Spider-Punk to keep them in the 3 and 4 spot. I would guess Websling is the worst today, but Spider-Punk is the worst. It's better than Spider-Punk later. I think Websling's going to be insane. I think Superior Spider-Man is number 2 for now. The rep card is really good. I'm not sure if it's not the worst of these long term. I think all 4 of these cards are completely nuts. I cannot get an order. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know. All right, if you're interested in supporting the channel financially, certain tiers. Oh, we have a Patreon. Where certain tiers of support come with on-air. Thanks. I did this morning, so let's go fast. Jonesy Snap 22, Abigail Gleason, Manager Brenna, LAB, Ink Guy, Roseman, Iron Cloak, Content Number 10, Prime Brian, Ryan Burke, Raymond Snap, Remnant, Vera, Group Math, Gopher Kev, Care Tixley, Carvey, Kazushi, Angel, Dirk, Black Diet, Pro, The Goat Secret Code, Hollow Synth, Fadik, Absolute Shine, Dirty Casual, Dark Vocal, Mr. Rumble Cables, Ginger Prime, Philly, Haplo, Kenny Loggins of the Dangers of the Bizza, Black Team 23, Skippy G, Jessica Gamble, my lovely friends, Slush Death, Thinking Your Bones Broke, The Green Zoo, Werewolf, Kipsudo, Colt, Glam, Colonel Foreman, David Amu Wingfield, Stephen Brian Coffin, Justin Brian, Jason B, Matt B, William Billy Nix, Rayshon Smith, Charles Washington, Corwin, John Q, Jimmy Q, Yes Out, 8 Will Big Man, Cactus, Steve O, Yo Marco, Tempro, Bieber Jones, and then Joe, Beating Bot, Bricks to Click, Ocularis, Acu, Green, Goblin, Flan, 56, Spectrum, Only Facts, Matt H, DJ Mike Magic, Snow, Freaking Flex, Nick Dog, Greek Geek, Coxie, Zander 74, The King, Canada, King Emissary, Thor Newman, Deadman Falcon, sorry, BX, Two Ties, Direct Mode as the Packing Tucker, and of course, getting T what the T stands for. After my stream, I'll have to record a video, so tomorrow will be a long, late night for me because I got to stream and record. Why? Because new season, we got to figure out what's best for you. Stay tuned. We'll also have the best decks for Infinite. We got you covered. Just keep it here. No stress. Peace, my lovely, lovely friends. See you tomorrow.